I started by going to my cousin Joey's house. And then we were Italian family, so we were constantly always going to our family's house. So I would always bang on Joey's drums. And finally, my parents thought that maybe I was serious about it. So they said, how about for Christmas if we go to Sam Ash on Utica Avenue, very first Sam Ash, and we see if we can get a drum set. I had graduated high school. I majored in music in high school. I played in the band, the orchestra. It was like 1966, I was playing clubs, you know? And Mark Stein and Tim Bogert came into this choo-choo club in New Jersey. And they said, we heard you got a great foot and you could sing. We're looking for somebody like you. And and I call it my life-changing decision because I decided to do it. 9 months later, we were on the charts. And when we went into record You Came a-Hangin' On, we did it in one take, mono. And that's what it was in those days. We did the whole album, it didn't take very long. Atlantic Records heard it and said, we want it, we want it. You rehearse there for 4 or 5 days, and then Ed comes in to meet you, and he just comes in and says hello for a minute, and then he leaves. And then you do it live. I remember going down in the elevator and saying to the elevator operator, so how many people watch this show? He goes, oh, about 50 million. Butterflies, But as soon as we hit the stage and started playing, it was just like being on stage. Well, Cactus originally was supposed to be with me, Tim Bogert, Jeff Beck, and Rod Stewart. Then Rod bowed out, and then Jeff got in a car wreck. So after that, it was like, what do you want to do? We just sort of broke up Vanilla Fudge for this, So we said, well, let's get somebody else. So me and Tim got Jim McCarty and Rusty Day. And Jim played with Mitch Ryder and played with Buddy Miles and was produced by Hendrix, who was close friends with Hendrix. And as we were, we knew Hendrix also. We did Parchment Farm at the time. It was the fastest double bass shuffle on record. Billy Cobham thought he had it with Stratus, but sorry, dude. 1970 versus 72. Parchment Farm really put the cream on the cake because we wanted it to be faster than 10 years after I'm Coming Home. With double bass drum, they gave that shuffle and that power. It was like a freight train. There was no PA system, so I had to play loud, butt end. That's why I had these tips on my sticks with the butt end have a tip because it gives you more bounce. I've been playing butt end since 1967. What happened was I was in Cactus, and you got to visualize what we looked like. My hair was down to here. I had a beard, or sometimes I had a beard, sometimes I had this. So I go to Sam Ash. Now they had 2 stores. I have just look around at the books and stuff. So I sort of pick up this one book. There's a guy in there with his hair slicked back like Elvis. 1970 or 71. And he's like this, like playing like this. Learn to play rock drums. And I said, what is this, man? This guy looks played out. And I look at the material, and it was terrible. It wasn't like really rock drums. It was like useless stuff, I said, you know what? I'm going to write a book. I'm just going to put stuff in there that's usable to play straight with a band. Originally, I wrote it on 5 lines. And then I said, you know what? This is too confusing. I'm going to write it like Chapin did. Chapin had the 2 lines and then sometimes the 3 lines. So I took the 3-line approach with the 3 long, wide lines. And I started writing it on loose leaf paper. When we printed it, I said, now that is great. It's so clean and easy to read. It wasn't a book about learning how to read. It was a book about learning how to play. You know, I updated it to go to Warner Brothers in the 80s. And that's when I realized I had something going on here too, because the manager I had at the time all of a sudden got me a 3-year book deal and got me tens of thousands of dollars in advances. And I'm going, that's for the book? He said, yeah. I said, wow. And I also had Do You Think I'm Sexy? That was with Warner Chappell. So I was making these huge deals with Warner Brothers. This is a hit for me. Like, it's like, you know, when I met Dave Weckl, Greg Bissonette introduced me to Greg, and he said, thank you for Realistic Rock. Dave Weckl said to me, I said, why? He says, I went through it. I said, that's funny. You went through Realistic Rock. He said, yeah. You know, I'm on the street and I meet Andrew Dice Clay. He went through the book. You know, radio disc jockeys, television personalities. I gave a copy to Fred Astaire. He wanted to learn to play drums. I gave it to him through Gregory Peck. How about that?